up, guys? It's Keikola.
It's Marcel.
And Austin.
And Seth Furey as our special guest today.
Welcome.
We are Who Hurt You, where we talk about...
What do we talk about, Kay?
Happy
You always
endings.
say out-of-pocket shit.
Love.
Wait, what?
Happy endings. Nipple piercing.
Wow, okay. Trap queens.
Right.
Yes.
Your favorite designer pillows.
What?
What? I don't fucking know.
Offset. No.
I ain't no idol, I'm a lighthouse, I set everybody free.
I
God.
was just looking at this pillow. All right, what are we talking about?
So today we are talking about, can you fuck with your friend's ex?
Nope.
Can you be with them? Can you fuck them? Can you flirt with them?
Ooh.
What is off limits? What's on limits?
This is gonna be messy.
Yeah. Ooh. Now why you gotta label it as messy?
I'm
think
just saying,
truthful.
it just sounds messy.
Just
It sounds
truthful.
messy.
Okay,
On
look,
the
really
surface.
quickly. Who in the room, by a show of hands, has messed with someone's friend? Like someone, who has messed with someone's ex that
That
you get
you
what
were
I'm
friends
saying?
with.
Yes, show of hands. Okay, I have.
I haven't done with, not
I've
with
been
an
to-
ex. Just
Oh,
I've
you're
met
the
friends.
only one.
I mean, I've like been introduced by one friend to another person and then started talking to that person.
Okay,
And-
so
Okay, so yeah.
but like, it was
Mine was different.
but-
I walked up to the room and I was like, ooh.
all of them?
Not all.
I'm not judging. What about you? What's going on with you?
Have I?
Who hurt you? No.
I know.
Who did you hurt?
No, I didn't hurt anybody.
Don't lie.
I mean, of course, within my lifetime, I've hurt people, but I also
Okay.
grew a lot from that.
Okay, that
So
was
most of
beautiful.
my hurting was in my younger days.
Okay.
As I've gotten older, I don't feel like typically in my relationships I'm the hurter. I'm usually the person that gets hurt because I feel like people just what.
So no girl watching this right now is gonna be like, he's a mother.
No, I'll tell you this right now. All of my exes, I'm on good terms with. And if I'm not on good,
that says something about
it's
you.
not something we don't. It's not that we hang out and we're like best friends because
Yeah.
obviously we need that distance. But they can never say anything bad. Like I never dogged them out. I always tried to break it
Yeah,
off
right.
before it got too bad.
Can y'all drop a comment if you dated them?
Yeah.
We want to know the truth.
Hey,
Yeah.
that's true. Yeah.
So let's talk about your experiences with either dating someone who knew your ex or dating one of your friend's exes.
Okay. So I think the obvious answer, like you guys all jumped out, is to just say no. But I really do think that there's different cases for whether it can be yes or no. One of them is going to determine, or it's going to be how close of a friend is that to you. Because if it's somebody you just know and it's an associate, there's no reason why if you meet a girl that just happened to within their lifetime mess with somebody else. I mean, you're not meeting virgins nowadays, you know. So if you're lucky enough, great. But
Wait.
I know one.
wait,
I
wait.
know one.
At-
What do you
one.
mean lucky enough? What does that mean?
well, I mean, it's always not that it's bad because I'm not a
So
virgin.
are virgins like, is that the thing?
Actually,
Is that
at
what
30
you
guys
years
think
old, no,
that's
I'll be honest, at 30 years old, that's kind of intimidating. I'm not gonna lie. Like when I was 19,
Yeah,
20, taking a virginity was great. I actually met a girl. I met a girl recently that was 29, that was a virgin, that was very religious from
Yeah,
back
that's
home.
just too much
But then when she moved out this way, she looked at me and was like, "I want you to be the one." And I said, "I'm not taking that
He's calling
responsibility."
bullshit.
What do you mean? No, I told you don't believe it?
No, I do believe it. I
Oh,
was laughing
yeah.
because like
Virgin? Oh,
no,
okay.
when she came to LA, she showed her ass and she was like she wanted
Like,
like
to wild
That's
out.
what happened.
Yeah, and she was a great girl, but that pressure of me being the first when she waited that long,
Yeah, I
I'm
get
like,
that.
I don't want that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So as soon as that conversation started up, I kind of backed away.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, but when you're younger, yeah, that's a nice thing. But when you hit close to 30, most people aren't virgins. So
Right.
there's some sort of past that they had before you came along.
Yes.
And LA's small, and most of my friends are cool, swagged out dudes. So it's not
Not cool,
crazy
swagged out
for them to like. What happened?
Not cool swag.
Well, I'm saying they're cool dudes. Like most of my friends, we attract a lot of the same girls.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like if we both walked into the room, we probably could have got the same girl based on who talked to her first.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's not unexpected that they would have an interest in them. So if they're not my best friend, I don't see why I should have to feel like I can't date somebody that I really had a connection with.
Yeah.
Especially if you talk to that friend and you say, hey, this is who I met. If you feel like you need to, because if it was really someone they dated for like a couple weeks, they never even had anything that serious, but yet they're just trying to claim her, then that's very different.
Yeah.
What if they slept together?
If they slept together in today's world, sleeping together
It's
it's a
realistic.
little bit more
Yeah.
casual than
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know.
I mean,
so
that is true.
if they did sleep together, that wouldn't be the thing that kept it from moving forward. It would be more so if they loved each other. Like if they were really close, if they had a connection and he was calling me on the phone and confiding in me, saying, at that point, no, that's off limits. Like, you can't be their backbone, and then all of a sudden,
Yeah, because that's just fraud. That's fraud as fuck.
So I think that in those situations, that's a no. But in other situations, like if you ask them and it wasn't that serious within the relationship, then if you guys have a better connection that could actually be something, then why not move forward with somebody that could have been the one for you? Unless you're really going to be causing pain to that friend and you're now having to choose between a friend and a girl. In that case, you got to pick wisely.
Well, that was going to be my next question. So you would take someone serious. That wouldn't hinder you from taking someone serious, the fact that they may have slept with your
ex.
Yeah.
My
homeboy,
partner. Yeah. So I think what it is it all depends on how mature they are about it. Because if they can respect the fact that, hey man, I know you guys had something before, but we're actually serious right now.
Yeah.
So I need you to kind of respect that this is what's happening. So if he's, coming up and throwing things in my face, like, hey man, did she do that little dance for you yet?
That's like, bring up my personal I can't do it. I can't.
And some guys are petty and they will do some shit.
And if
like
they do
that.
something like that, that's when you either have to pull away from the friend, which you shouldn't have. I mean, but a good friend shouldn't do that. You know what I mean? Like, especially if you've asked them before, like, hey man, this is what it is. Is it okay? And if they give you the approval, they shouldn't be able to do that. You know? Unless they're just lying to themselves because they don't know how to.
Maybe it's one of those things where they think they can tolerate it and then they see it and they're like, oh,
some of them get jealous.
Yeah.
Some of them will get jealous and they will try to sabotage what you guys have. Could you hang out in a social setting with your friend and your girl knowing that your friend had her?
It really depends on the friend.
Okay.
I have friends, some that are very, very mature, in which they would actually genuinely wish something good for me, unless they had a bad falling out with that person.
Right.
If they hated that person, like they had some really bad moments, to throw it in his face and show her around, that's just rude on my part.
Yeah.
But if he genuinely was like, because the reason why I have good, breakups in my case is because I feel like not everybody's meant for each other. Sometimes you just give an honest try, it doesn't work out, but deep down you're like, she's actually a really cool person.
Yeah.
So I can see why you'd like her. She didn't do anything crazy to me. She didn't ruin my life, get me fired from my job or anything like that. So if you met her in a different situation and she's not, and I'm no longer attached to her, it's a conversation that could potentially be like, go for it. You know what I mean? But if I think she's bad for you, I'm going to tell you, if she did something crazy to me, I'm going to stay away.
I just can't do it. If someone see my man's cum face, I can't do that. Like, I've seen with that intimate moment, I'm done. Like,
I get it,
because that's really the most intimate you'll see someone, like, literally right when they're about to.
But you know what? You're actually, everything you're saying is so logical and rational, and it all makes so much sense. It's very mature of you.
Until you see it.
A lot of people are not this rational and mature, and especially in love, people tend to, in immature love, go fucking crazy. And they start getting really jealous and possessive, and then they'll start holding that shit over people's heads. And again, like, I think you're a rare case because
those are the girls you can't date. If you have friends that are like that are really just possessive, then just stay away. You know what I mean? Because it's going to be more of a headache trying to create something nice with her.
So, I feel like you're a secret dater. Do you date women in secret? You don't bring them around?
I mean, that's a fair question.
Because if you guys all attract the same and then...
And that's the thing. If it's somebody who is a real friend that's in your circle that you hang with every day, that's a lot harder than somebody who's just like an associate. That's why it depends on what level of friendship they are. If you're at my house every single day chilling, and then all of a sudden she's at the house every day cooking for me when she used to cook for you, like... Those are things that are like, it's too close to home. Like, you can't have that. I've actually had a roommate do that to me once. And and it's terrible. I pulled away from him for quite a while. No, we didn't fight. See, here's the thing. I know it was. It was crazy because we weren't together. We were working towards something. I thought we had something. Me and the girl. I thought we had something special in the making.
Okay.
All of a sudden, she called me one day and she says, "Hey, I want to talk to you about your roommate." And I was like, "What about him?" You know what I mean? And she was like, "I think I kind of like him." And I'm like, how the hell did y'all even meet? Like, what are you talking about? She's like, oh, I seen him at the gym and blah, 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 blah. And
she was plotting on that nigga the whole time.
Exactly.
Okay?
She was, yeah.
She walked in the door.
He was a big.
And as ruthless as she was, she didn't care. Literally the next day, she showed up to the house. And instead of going left to my room, she went right to his room.
Wait.
And she was cooking these big pots of food.
Wait a minute.
With my pots. I paid for these
cool
pots.
With that?
With your pots?
They were my pots. And I would have to come downstairs. They'd be like, look, do not touch. And I'm like, this is literally, he just stole my little temporary lifestyle. Yeah, that was like
he was comfortable walking around that apartment?
That just goes to show the character of him. And again, that wasn't like a friend. I was really more friends with his brother, but he was a roommate.
Yeah,
and to think that he was okay with
savage.
that, it was the most uncomfortable situation ever. I literally stayed in my room. Every time I'd come out the room, I'd see them cuddled up on the couch.
Oh! How long had you been talking to her?
Not that long. See, my other friend, he didn't think I should be that upset. But I'm like, you don't understand. It's the principle. Maybe she wasn't my girlfriend, but you heard us getting it on in the room multiple times. You knew we were phically connected with each other.
She ain't.
And, for her, I mean, she was just.
She was
like a dude. She was like, like I said, that was years and years ago. At this point, if I see the girl now, we're actually cool. Yeah, I mean, like, because you gotta understand, we weren't actually together. And obviously, I would never take someone like that serious again. Right. But at the same time, I'm like, hey, you know what it was? Like, it's, I don't know.
Are they together now? Do you know what happened?
They were together for a very long time.
Wow.
So I guess in the end.
So it was like, stop her blessings.
That's what. Well, so after a while, I got used to it.
You gifted her.
I basically was like,
you test drove it for him.
She saw me as somebody that she could get physical with and just have a good time. She saw actual connection with him.
Wow.
And as messed up as it is for me, and obviously I'm not gonna like that. At least they stayed together for such a long time that made me be like, whatever. Maybe. Sometimes you have to do something drastic.
You introduced her to her soulmate, her potential.
Her situation.
Yeah.
And for that, I was like, okay. Had she just came by, bang, bang, and then she was on to like the next roommate, I'd be like, somebody get her out, But,
and she told you, right?
She told me. She was very upfront about it. She was so upfront that I was actually taken back by the bluntness. I'm like, she's really just looking me in my eyes.
I mean, you gotta respect the honesty.
I respect the honest hoe. I got that.
Well, and for that reason, that's why her and I are cool this day. You know what I mean? She's in a whole new relationship. It was a long time ago. But for that, I'm like, okay, you didn't exactly do it on the low. I didn't just come home one day and see you in the next room. You actually said, hey, just start tomorrow. I'm gonna be going to the right. No, she didn't say it. But she might as well have said it that bluntly. I'm sitting here like, is she really saying this?
On her calendar, set on Tuesday. Oh boy, roommate on Wednesday.
Yeah. No. I was like, wow, this really just happened. I just got.
Did it hurt? Did it hurt your heart a little bit?
It was more so pride. It wasn't. That's what I'm saying. It was pride and ego. It wasn't like. She had my heart. I was in love with her. Yeah. But it was just grimy because I'm like, man, I gotta live like this. Like,
well, yeah. Now you still got to see all the time, but now you got to hear the other side. Wait, all right, Kay, but you said you've talked to a friend's ex.
I've talked to a friend's friend. Like I've talked to a guy who was friends with somebody that I talked to before. This was when I was younger. It's so funny too because it's so crazy and sickening how many guys will know either your ex-boyfriend or whatever, and as soon as you guys break up, they're like,
best friends.
My turn! No, my turn! I want to, yes, like, I was waiting for you. I was waiting for y'all to break up. Like,
I was hoping your happiness.
No, honestly,
it's have a turn.
Yeah, or I knew it, or I was waiting for you to see what I saw.
Was our friends?
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, and it's crazy how many guys will do that. And if you don't have morals as a woman, you can literally just go through the whole crew. When I was younger, one of my exes, he actually ended up getting with my sister's best friend.
Okay.
And mind you, I was in love with this guy. To me, we were serious, but he was cheating. So we broke up, and then he got with this girl, and the girl actually ended up giving him herpes.
Whoa!
So I was like, that's your karma.
Yeah.
But his homeboy ended up, you know, flirting with me and was like super persistent, and I was like at a really low point in my life, and I was like partying a lot and drinking and just being a little bop. So, okay, not literally a bop, but like, you know, like I was in the club. Like I was in the club having fun, being young. Yeah. And my whole thing is like, I don't really meet guys like randomly and go like, I don't meet guys in the grocery store and then we go on a date.
That doesn't happen anymore. I wish it did though.
I know.
Yeah, I literally, like, I'm friends with a person.
Yeah.
And then we just end up dating. So this guy, I was friends with him, and I met him through actually the ex, and we would just hang out, and you know what, like we were just hanging out, and then he kept pushing up on me, and I was just like, fuck it. Like, I'm not dating nobody. I'm not. No, hell no. He was a douche. Ooh. He was literally. Oh no, and he's so ugly.
Oh, it was a real low point, huh?
Okay, whatever.
He's so ugly. I did not love myself. I'm telling you, I was in the club. I was drunk, like all the time.
He was drunk
all the time at the club.
He was drunk. He wasn't even drunk. He would just be in my ear like a little sleaze weasel, and I just was like, you know what? Fuck it. I know you because I don't go and I don't fuck random people.
That makes sense.
Like, I don't sleep around. I don't, like, I've never had a one night stand. I don't sleep around. So it's like, fuck it. I know you. I haven't been sleeping with nobody. I'm horny. Like, you will keep pushing up on me. So
it's there. Wait, so but did your ex find out that you guys were?
He did not care.
He didn't care.
My ex didn't care because my ex was,
he was already cheating. Yeah.
My ex was with my sister's best friend.
Yeah, he was busy getting herpes. Yeah.
Oh.
So he had other things to worry about.
Yeah. So yeah, it was. Yeah. I mean, I kind of like it was.
I feel you
man.
Yeah.
How about you, Austin?
I told you I haven't really like I've talked to like all right. I've had like a friend that's a girl that I hooked up with, and then she introduced me to another friend. I've been with her. That's like the only type of like.
That's what we're talking about.
But that's not like an ex. Like okay. I wasn't with her, so I guess I don't think of it like that. But I've definitely hooked up with friends.
But like you slept with both girls.
Yeah.
Just not at the same time.
No.
Wait. You wanted to sleep with a girl.
No. The second one was better, but you know.
Oh.
So yeah, actually, it was I felt kind of bad because the first girl was like always hitting me up, like wanting to hang out, and after I started talking to her friend, I wasn't about to be like going back and forth like that's real trash. You know what I'm saying? No, but like, so I was just like, I kind of pushed her off to the side, but then,
I don't think I would do it now, guys. Like, I learned from it, and I think that's like what's the most important part is that like, you have to experience it, you have to know, so you can, you know, quote unquote, do better if you feel that that's not the legit thing to do. And I just genuinely feel like, I don't know, from my experience, like the guy wouldn't take me serious because I was with his friend, and I'm kind of scared to ask you.
Why? Mine was just a setup.
Little thought pocket over here.
Oh, I was a thought back in the day. Okay, I'm not gonna lie about that. Okay, but like Drea said, after 3 years, it's your whole fax is deleted. Okay, so mine was like a setup. So I walked into the setting. I was out at a club, and I walked up to the person that I was like interested in, and then his friends walked up, and I was like. Ooh, no.
You look better.
No, I had one of them. I was like, okay, so I wanted the other one. I did that one, and I was with this one already. And I was like, I gotta go. So I just exited stage left.
I feel like guys do it all the time.
Yeah.
I feel like guys do it all the time, and like
sleep with multiple friends.
Yeah.
No, I was on a date one time.
Am I wrong about that?
It can be. Not speaking for myself, but I mean, I think it is somewhat of a rush for guys.
Yeah.
But that's different than sleeping with your homie's girl.
Yeah.
Like these are just friends. Like
I didn't really know that situation.
Nobody, like it wasn't your boyfriend.
No, but like I was literally taking this person seriously, and then I didn't realize he was friends with all these people. Yeah. So that's when I was like, "Ooh, so you found out after. Oh snap! Are you friends with that one? Yeah. Ooh, I gotta go."
I had that happen.
So it's like, can you really take it seriously after that?
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like, I guess that's why like my thing with this, like in my situations. Like even and actually there's even been like girls like I have a couple of guy friends and like we've been with like the same girl, but it was like none of us took it seriously, and neither did she. Like she was even open, just like this is just fucking around. Like it's not.
I've been ruined. Like situations been ruined because I found out my friends that fuck people that I've been interested in. Because for me, I think it's a Scorpio in me. I just can't do knowing the fact of like what my man's cum face look like. It's like literally I can't do that. But like even if it was like
a lot of guys feel that way.
Even like if it wasn't serious or not, like if I want to take someone serious and my friend is here and you guys have been intimate in the past, I really can't get past that. But in LA where it's like such a small scene, everyone knows everyone, it's kind of hard to be like.
Not only that, you can miss out on a really good person, like he was saying.
I just feel like it depends on the details that they share
and how you do it.
Yeah, because if you're right, if you had a friend that literally used to tell you about how he did all these nasty things to her, showing you pictures of her, like that's very different for you to try to take her seriously. But if they actually were just a cool couple, they hung out, had regular sex, it wasn't nothing crazy, they weren't doing gangbangs with her and making her look like because you have to imagine it's natural to have sex with people.
We know what porn you watch.
Well, will you shut up? What I'm saying is, I'm trying to think of something that I couldn't come back.
It's like extra shit.
Yeah, I couldn't come back from that.
Because literally, I had a story of where it was marriage, like one, like husband, wife. Okay, so there's two married couples, right? Husband 1 and wife 2 were sitting down looking for husband 1 and wife 2 and husband 1.
Okay.
So literally, they go upstairs. He sees his best friend having sex with his wife. Let them continue, and then picks bros over hoes, and then fucks his wife one low without telling him that he fucked his wife.
Yeah, see
so,
that's
but then
they're still friends. But they're still friends, and they're like fucking bros over hoes.
Yeah. But that's swinger stuff. But I mean,
swingers for sure.
But if I had a friend, like I was saying, if because I've met girls that I kind of liked,
right?
And then I heard things about what she did with other people, right? And it wasn't just like one person. It was like, oh man, we had her at the crib the other day. It was a group of us. That instantly, at that point, I'm like, all right, you know too many homies. Like it's not just you had a respectable relationship with a friend and it didn't work out. We can probably move forward from that. As long as he's mature about it and doesn't continuously bring up things that they used to do together and have to throw it in my face.
Yeah.
See, I've had a situation where a guy got mad at me because I messed with it wasn't his friend, it was someone he knew. And I was kind of serious with the guy. He never talked to the guy about it and the guy never talked to him about it. He doesn't even talk to the guy anymore, but the fact that he just knows someone that I slept with, he's like, oh, and I'm like, damn, like I can't help that, and I'm already in love with you. So are we about to fall out of love because you found out that I slept with somebody like that that you don't even talk to anymore? Like, who's more important? Your girl that you love or this thing that's like?
So I think that's why it's really true what you said. Every situation is different. Because
every guy is different, or every girl and guy are different.
Because it's like it's just levels of the friendship. Because it's like now the roommate situation, I can do with that. Like someone got touched. That's the whole. But I respect her for being honest and being not even stringing you along with it. Just being like dead ass honest. I can respect that 100%. Because
I also think that this conversation does play a big part with maturity. Because when I was younger, a lot of what you're saying I agreed with. Like the idea of I couldn't even be with the girl that was with somebody else. But as you get older and you start to realize that life is moving on, we're getting older, less people are as exclusive as you think because years are going on. So you have to finally just be like, all right, look, maybe I should scale back some of my pickiness. If she's a great person, she has all this, let me not let her go because of something she did within her 10 years of her 20s. You know what I mean? With somebody else. So that's why I think that's more maturity when you start thinking like that. As a kid, I'm like, no, hell no. You know
then that goes to play with the off of like, could you counteract this too? Like if you take it seriously versus not serious.
Like if there's just a hookup versus
even if you are mature, like even because as adults, like you have a friend that like y'all aren't together, but you just bump uglies together, and that's cool with that being situation. But is it like a maturity thing? Do you think as well? Just like overall.
I think I missed that question. I'm sorry.
I think I did too.
I'm glad I'm the only one.
Okay, so my bad. So basically what I was trying to say is like, it's like you're saying that like when you're younger it didn't matter, and I was saying like.
No, I'm saying when you're younger it did matter more.
So it matters more when you're younger.
Because you're immature.
I was more immature.
Okay.
You're immature. You're worried about the wrong shit.
Exactly.
Okay, so that kind of backs it up then.
Yeah.
So what you're saying, letting down your guards and shutting down some of your like expectations, you just got to be like, look, I don't want to miss out on a great opportunity because of your possible past.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I remember when I was younger, like guys, the whole thing was like getting a virgin. Like,
Oh wow. Yeah.
what the fuck?
Man,
like,
that's never been a thing. I'm always like, I want some experience. Like, I don't want to have to like
teach her.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like as you get older, those are not things that you should be worried about. Like you should be worried about, is she a good mother? Do we get along? Like are we gonna argue every single day? Do we have the same morals? Or can we travel together? You know, things like that. But so other than gangbangs, like running a train, what are some other, say it was your best friend, and he maybe went on a couple of dates with the girl, it's your best friend, would you?
I would talk to him.
What about a brother?
See,
ooh, that one's kind of different.
You know, it's tough because my particular brothers, it wouldn't fly. Like you can't even look in that girl's direction, so they would instantly hold a grudge. So we're better off going back to the friends because they're like, they're very different. Yeah, with them, absolutely no, just because I know them personally. But with a best friend, I don't feel as if, the first thing I would do is talk to him. And I would say, okay, you guys went on a few dates. It didn't pan out to what you thought it was going to be. We met each other, and we bumped into each other. Now, here's the thing. You can't be plotting on it while they're still together.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people do.
That's the shady part.
People plot.
Yeah, and I had a situation with a friend way back. They were dating, and then I bumped into her in a whole separate scenario. Didn't even realize who she was. I just saw a pretty girl in the dance floor. And then I started to realize I said, oh, shoot, this is actually the girl that was dating my friend. Never knew it. So I reached out to my friend. I said, hey, I bumped into such and such. Do you mind if her and I know you guys are over with?
I like that.
And he was like, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
We started talking, and then like a few weeks into it, he gives me a call. He was like, hey, are you talking to such and such? It was like 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, yeah, I'm talking to her. I told you I was talking. He didn't think it was serious, or he didn't think I actually was going to go forward with it. And he didn't think that we would actually connect with each other in ways they couldn't. So that kind of sat with him, and that's when he flipped out. We actually didn't talk for months, and then finally he came back around and was like, all right, I was tripping.
Did he forgive her?
Well, she was gone. I mean, it's like you can't really hold the girl to it that much, especially if you just met her. Like the loyalty is more between the friends.
But
that's
see, I find that more guys actually will forgive their homeboys over the girl.
Yeah, because it's bros for hoes.
They'll be like, whatever, bro. She was just a smash or whatever. We're still cool, but sometimes. Like, and then the girl, they'll be like, fuck you, you mess with my homeboy, which I think that's super unfair because really she doesn't have loyalty to you.
Yeah, I think it depends on the guys. Some guys are very possessive. Yeah, like I have one friend that met a girl, and I used to go around with them. They'd smoke hookah, and we'd all be in the same circle. He never actually slept with her. He never actually did anything with her. He just liked her. And when they finally stopped talking, she started to approach me. And he was like, don't you dare. And I think that's more of his pride. The fact that he wasn't even get it, he's like, hell no, you stay far zone. And I'm like, how you cut me off when y'all never did anything? Like, you just liked her. That's false claiming.
Ooh, I don't agree with false claiming.
I don't agree with false claiming. Yeah. But because he's such a close friend, I'm like, you know what, man, you can have this one. I don't agree with it. But I'll stay away from her for the sake of
You're so mature when you losing.
You're actually, he's a really good ladies.
Oh yeah.
He said, oh yeah. Hold up.
You probably saying something good here.
I actually had a situation where my sister was dating a guy and he was so fucking sleazy. He was in my DMs. Ooh. He was in another girl we knew.
While they were dating?
Yeah. He would literally be at her house. And he would text me like, I'm thinking about you. And I told her. Ooh. And it's crazy because sometimes it could go either way. You could tell people that this is happening and they'll get mad at you. And I'm like, what the fuck did I do?
She's mad at you?
I each had to ruin what we got.
Yes. Some girls will literally get mad at you for ruining their shit, not realizing it's the guy.
They just screenshot and send it over. It's like, I'm not making it up.
They probably weren't ready to hear it.
That's what I think. They're just angry at the fact that what they think is actually...
Or they're probably not ready to hear it.
So they take it out on you because it's easier.
Yeah. So he thought it was cool. He thought it was cool to get at me knowing he was with my sister and our homegirl. Oh. Wow. Like our mutual homegirl.
Man, some guys are just like...
trash.
Yeah. But like just so... Like they...
That's extra.
Things like that, I'm just like, did you not think like someone would say something? Like what made you
disrespect on that?
You know what? I think maybe they don't think someone would say something because they've obviously dealt with a group of women that were so desperate that it could go down.
Yeah. I'm the type, I'm always afraid. Like, I mean, I don't do things like that, but I would be the type that would be like, I'm gonna get caught.
There's just like right and wrong, and there's just like respect and disrespect. Like that's some
yeah.
disrespectful shit. To be laying in someone's bed in someone's house and to be texting someone else in their house on that. Like that's just that goes home training. Like that's just like you as a person, you're disgusting. Like you don't give a fuck about yourself. So
it's trash. It's just only slightly funny in memes when there's memes about that shit. Like sometimes it's kind of funny, but then you're like, oh no, I shouldn't be laughing. This is bad.
Yeah.
Has there ever been a situation where you were like genuinely butthurt? Like there was a girl you super liked.
That went with a friend?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm just trying to think of the scenario.
Or maybe even a girl that you got with and your friend was like in tears too about it, or it super hurt them.
It hurt them because I got with the friend? Mm-hmm. That would probably just be when I was younger. The friend that I gave, like that really bothered him. Nowadays, I will double check and triple check, like, hey man, are you sure? It's okay, because I don't want to ruin our friendship because it's not worth it. You know what I mean? We're still in the beginning phases. I feel something with her. I'd like to explore it, but not at the expense of losing our friendship. Yeah. So, you know, at that point, it's really unfair for me, or to me, to get lashed out at afterwards, you know, and all I did was just move forward with what I thought was okay. Yeah. You know? But yeah, I mean, I think for me, a lot of it is ego and pride. I've never had somebody take a girlfriend of mine, but I have had people date girls that I was trying to get, but they just saw more interest in a friend. That sucks. You know what I mean? But it's not something that, you know, can break your heart. It's just like, damn, I thought her and I had a shot. Turns out she actually felt something more with a friend. Whatever. Let me just suck it up. Let them go do what they do. I'm not going to keep her here as prisoner because I met her first and be like, nah, you going to, you know what I mean? Like, that's not fair. Like, just let it go. Find somebody else who's better for you.
So I guess the general consensus of this whole thing is honesty is the best policy.
Communication.
Like, communicate, let somebody know what's up as soon as you start feeling something. And no matter how scared you may be of the reaction, let them know what's going on. For those of you guys who don't know, Seth has his own business called Hands of Fury, and it's mobile massage. And so I have a question about that. Have you ever gone to do a massage for your homeboy's girl, and like during the massage she gives you the vibes?
Who? Homeboy's girl.
He's too respectable. I have faith in you on that part.
No. Well, I've actually never had that scenario.
Or your girl's boyfriend.
I'd be like, I don't care if you do massages. You ain't touching my bitch.
Well, no, you know what? like my homeboy Gio, he actually let me give his girl a massage.
Okay.
And he left. He didn't even sit there and try to supervise, but he respects the craft of what I do so much. He's like, you're the last person I got to worry about. And that's good that he knows that. So I did it, and that some friends might be like, nah, you ain't touch my girl.
I mean, my ex, remember, he didn't really want.
But I'll tell you what, though, after we did that little couples class and he got to kind of fill me out, I went back to being able to do her sessions. Yeah. Okay. So I think it really depends on people who know me. They know I'm not that sleazy.
They probably see you on Instagram and are like,
but they see you and they're like, look at this buff ass nigga. His beard all.
Yeah, because I wouldn't expect for you to be so respectable and
he's
so like
so professional.
I have to nice and calm and just like. How your thought
and
process
hoes be trying it with him, but
I will say a similar, not the same scenario, but something that was just as awkward. I actually did a couples massage recently, and the girl this girl calls. She says, "Listen, it's my girl's birthday. I want to do something really sweet for her. Can you guys come and do a couples massage?" And when we got there, she said, "Be real quiet when you come in. I don't want her to hear or see anything." So it was all on the hush hush. So we set the tables up. And we have these blankets with my logo embroidered really big on them. So it's pretty obvious that it's Hands of Fury that's there. So we go in the bathroom to wash our hands. And usually it's like a 2-3 minute process and then we get called back out. We were in there for about 15 minutes. And I'm like, why are we in here so long? I'm like, did she call us? And he was like, nah, I didn't hear nothing. I'm like, okay, something's going on. So finally they do call us. We come out and it turns out the girl that's on the table was somebody that I actually hooked up with.
Oh,
and
my God.
This was before she had went more on the lesbian side. So at the time that I was talking to her, she was kind of straight. So I'm over there introducing myself like the regular Seth that I am. I'm like, hi, nice to meet you. I look over at her and it's so dark I didn't realize. I'm like, oh my God, I know this person. And that's when the girlfriend that was so excited about doing this great gesture, she was just super uncomfortable the whole session. Like, she just kept looking at me the whole time, and she was like, "You know her?" You know, I was like, "Yeah, I know." I'm trying to keep it so casual because I'm like, "Yeah, I know her." But what are the odds of this, you know? And so after the session, you know, she finally told me what happened. That's why we were in the bathroom so long. She came out and saw the blanket and was like, "Oh, hell no!" Like,
oh my god,
I know who's in that bathroom.
She was like, "We gotta get up out of here."
That was, but you know, and me always, I try to make situations as unawkward as possible. And she was like, "I'm so sorry I put you through that." And I'm like, "No, that's cool. I was just happy to be able to help celebrate a birthday." You know what I mean? Because again, I didn't have any bad blood with the girl. Like, I'm like, we actually ended pretty cool. Like,
you seem to end cool with everybody.
I do, because that's how it should be. I
like that about you.
I hate when people stay in relationships beyond their expiration date and they just keep going to this place where they end up hating each other.
Yes.
Like, if you just leave.
That's a whole nother topic we should do.
Have you always been that type though, that like when you realize things aren't working out, you the one that kind of cuts it off because you're like, this isn't healthy or this isn't working? Yeah,
I usually will have the conversation. Like, I don't just run as soon as something gets bad, but I'll talk about it. And after time, if we keep going over the same issues over and over, it's like, look, we might as well just go separate ways while we can still salvage all the good times we had. We can both learn something from what we did, and instead of like making ourselves enemies with each other by like, because if you go beyond and do crazy stuff, I'm gonna hate you. Years down the road, I still don't want to have a conversation with you. Like, why get to that point when a year later, like my ex, you know, the one, when I see her with her new boyfriends, I'm actually boyfriend. I mean, because it's been so long.
There's been multiple.
Not at the same time, but as because it's been so long. But each time she gets with somebody else, I'm actually genuinely happy to see her. Because I know deep down she was actually a really cool person. Like, we just had our own little, you know, issues. But like, we left when the time was right. And we didn't stay too long to become enemies. And that's what I think a lot of people don't know how to do.
I like that.
Yeah, like, leave when the expiration time is up.
That's awesome. So ladies, when you're searching for a man, make sure you get one that's mature enough to recognize the signs, who's not going to get mad at you because you let, you know, you sleeping with someone that they may know get in the way. Fellas, take notes. It's beneficial. He seems very calm and cool. Like, it's actually more beneficial to not be all stressed the fuck out with your vein bulging out.
Ooh, not the vein bulging.
Because you're mad that, you know, your girl, like, you could potentially miss out on a good girl. So, all right, well, tell them where they can follow you. And
so, as she said, Hands of Fury. It's HANDSFUREY. I'm sorry. HANDSOF and then FUREY. That's our social media: Instagram, Facebook,
and we'll
YouTube.
Put it in the.
Put it all in. Yeah. So
in the comment section.
Follow us. We're a mobile massage therapy company. There's a lot you can learn and enjoy from our page. So follow us, book us, and hopefully we hear more of you guys.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
This was fun.
We love you guys. We hope you heal.
It's fine.